Hello, friends. I'm here on the corner of Valour Road and Sargent Ave in my hometown of Winnipeg. Now, not everyone knows that Valour Road used to be called Pine Street, and as such, don't know the story behind why Pine Street was renamed Valour Road.
Well, following Canada's entry into the First World War, three Winnipeg residents, Leo Clark, Frederick Hall, and Robert Shankland, were among the tens of thousands of Canadians that enlisted to fight in Europe on the side of Great Britain and her allies against the Central Powers. All three lived on Pine Street before the war. All three would be recipients of the Victoria Cross, the highest decoration that can be bestowed upon members of the Canadian Armed Forces for acts of valor in the presence of the enemy. On September 9th, 1916, during the Battle of Flers-Courcelette, part of the much larger Battle of the Somme, Corporal Leo Clark led an infantry section in an attack on a heavily defended network of German trenches. The subsequent fighting was so intense that Clark was the only member of the section that had not been killed or wounded. 20 German soldiers counterattacked. Clark, with the use of his revolver and 2 captured German rifles, killed 19 of them and took the last one prisoner. Clark would die a month later on October 19th, 1916, from wounds he received during the capture of the Regina Trench. Leo Clark would be posthumously awarded the Victoria Cross for his actions on September the 9th. On the morning of April 24th, 1915, during the Second Battle of Ypres, Sergeant Major Frederick Hall crawled forward from the protection of the Canadian trenches and, under heavy German fire, attempted to save a wounded comrade trapped in no man's land. Hall successfully reached the wounded man, but was fatally shot while trying to carry him to safety. Like Clark, Frederick Hall was one of 36 Canadians to be awarded the Victoria Cross posthumously. On October 26, 1917, during the Battle of Passchendaele, also known as the Third Battle of Ypres, Lieutenant Robert Shankland led his platoon towards the German lines and, with heavy losses, captured the position. German counterattacks left Shankland and his men in danger of being cut off. Leaving his men under the temporary command of another officer, Shankland maneuvered his way through thick mud and under German artillery fire to reach his battalion's headquarters. He appraised them in detail of the dire situation, planned a counterattack, returned to his men with reinforcements, and successfully led them in the ensuing counterattack. For all of these things, Robert Shankland was awarded the Victoria Cross. Shankland was the only one of the three to survive and see the end of hostilities on November the 11th, 1918. He died in Vancouver in 1968 at the age of 80. It was not until years after the war it was discovered that 3 VC recipients had all once lived on Pine Street. Incredibly, all 3 of them even lived on the 700 block of the street. In 1925, Pine Street was formally renamed Valour Road in honor of these 3 men. In 1991, Their acts of courage were dramatized in a Canadian Heritage Minute short film, link to which is in the description. And in 2005, this monument was constructed at the corner of Valour Road and Sargent Avenue to further commemorate the 3 VC recipients. It is believed that Valour Road is the only street in the entire British Commonwealth to have had 3 different Victoria Cross recipients reside on.
With today being Remembrance Day, I don't think anyone needs to be reminded to take a moment to reflect on what these 3 men and every Canadian service person in this and every subsequent Canadian war sacrificed for our freedom. Anyways, I just wanted to shed light on and pay tribute to 3 Canadian war heroes from the city I live in. Hope you all have a very somber and introspective Remembrance Day. Take care. I'll see you next time.